All right, take two. Welcome into Old Coot Trading. I'm Old Coot, and I am trading on a 2000 tick chart over here, the S&P 500 futures. I've also got a 5-minute chart pulled up here to check things on a higher time frame. Also have a SPX 5-minute chart here, the market that at this time in the day lines up basically with the other 5-minute. Um, And yeah, I was trying to set up the stream and I missed what I would say is like a perfect trade for me. Um, we've been since 7 o'clock, we've been in this up and we had two legs. So it could be done, but we did, so maybe this is a little risky, but we do get a high, we get two measured legs back. Now it's not back to any key entry point. It's really hard to say even if this is a valid channel, but we do get two legs back and you get a really perfect fully green signal bar. In my bracket, you got plenty of room to get to the EMA here. This is the 21 period moving average. So you could have shrunk this bracket down to just below your signal bar and just enough to be a 1-to-1. So that would have been a nice trade. But I was messing around trying to get online so that 0 people could watch this live. I'm mostly just doing this for journaling purposes and to sort of hold myself accountable. Uh, Hopefully, I'm not showing any account numbers. Not that anyone wants to steal my accounts that have no money in them. But yeah, we're trading. So we did just miss that one. So, oh, the other reason this is a trade that I like is because it's two legs back to a point where we could have support, which is the 21 period moving average on the 5-minute, and the SPX 21. So that will often act as a place where you get a correction, you got to move up and then you get two legs back to that big 5-minute. And on a 2K, you went through the EMA, but as long as you've got room to get back to this EMA, you can scalp there. You could scalp part of your position and keep a runner if you think it's going to make a new high. Uh, right now, I'm just scalping. I'm not holding runners just because the math hasn't been working out for me with runners, so that's where I'm at with that. Um, right now we're on 1818. The ATR went way down, so we could probably move this down a little bit. Those are ticks, um, so yeah, so we did get two legs back. We got to move up. No new high. We are still potentially in a wide channel. Um, we do have two legs up from the low, where we have a move up, two legs back, move up. Um, So now that we did get two legs back here, it's possible to look at this as one big leg up, I guess. Um, if you're looking at it on this chart, there's the low. So I mean, maybe this is just one leg up. There's your two legs back, and we're going to get another big leg up. That is a possibility. So we can chart that out a little bit here. And then while we're waiting for something to set up, I'll talk about the two trades I took so far today. We did get a couple of wieners. So that was cool. So right now I'm not too worried about getting another trade. If I do, cool. If not, I am green. And we don't want to give that back. So let's see if we can make this make any more sense. Like the low side, we've got some touches. The high side and that move was so crazy. And I'm using Tradeaway. I know everyone on the planet uses um, NinjaTrader. It looks way nicer. It's way easier to use for drawing tools. I just don't like the screen trader on it. I don't like that it doesn't show my bracket, like exactly where my TP and stop loss are, and like it doesn't let you move it around as easily. I don't know. I'm used to this terrible platform, and I'm sticking with it. Yeah, so I don't like if you like in another world, that's just a wick, so that's not a big deal. Um, so something like that, would have been nice to see us get down and like if that two legs took us to this, and that would have been a plus nuke. I mean, this was already was a good trade. I just wasn't paying attention. It was measured move, sort of pseudo second entry long, off the five. But yep, that happens. You're gonna miss some stuff. You gotta stay locked in. But also good to step away from the screen sometimes. I don't know. Like there's definitely been trades where I'll see like a lower high and it'll fail and it would have been a loser, but I was messing around making a breakfast burrito or something. So pros and cons, but let's go over what's happened so far today. As you can see, I'm a big leg guy. I like to see two legs, and then that usually means there might be some sort of a correction after that. But yeah, I do follow price action rules for the most part. I think everybody has their own version of it. There's, Mac, the OG, who only wants to take 4 ticks and doesn't care how big the signal bar is. There's Thomas Wade, who likes to wait around all day to take like one losing trade, but every once in a while he gets a runner that makes up for it. I've got a buddy that does it a little bit differently. He he takes reaction trades off of different things for a few ticks here and there. He takes big moves. He's very dynamic. So yeah, it's just you gotta find what works for you, and I am still trying to find what works for me, and it's a ongoing journey. So that's why I'm here talking it out into the void. And if you're a real person here listening, that's crazy. All right. So today we're 6:30. 6:30 is right here. My buddy took this lower high here and just took it to the EMA, I think. He might have held a runner, but that was pre-market. He got in and then 6:30's here and it just dumped off. We got two legs down, basically two perfect legs down, and we just missed yesterday's close or yesterday's, and this is something. I think it's yesterday's low, sorry. Um, People stepped in early because everyone wanted to take their profits or however any of this works. I don't know. And so yeah, we missed it. Move up, one leg up, second leg up almost. And this was a channel up, a break, a new high here. Now, I didn't take this like Mac when he does his videos, like he'll just ignore that this is it's not really a second entry short. That's the first entry, that's the second entry. But he'll like ignore that this was then made a high and gave a good signal bar with room to the EMA. And if you would have taken that, it would have ticked you in and then taken you out. But I wanted to see it get closer to the measured move, and I wanted to see it go into, so this was, where was this? I think this was right here, something like that. Anyway, it came into the EMAs and wicked off them, the 5, the 15, and VWAP. So where was it? 7 706. Yeah, right here. So it would have been like this candle that goes in. It feels all this resistance from these EMAs. Oh, you can't see it. It feels all this resistance from these EMAs and VWAP, and it gives you a reaction. And so we had room back to the EMA. So I got in as I saw it wicking off somewhere around here, and got the scalp. That was like a $200 trade, so that was cool. Then we start this move up. Um, I don't really have like a clear where are we going, like to take a higher low, lower high, or I had a buddy that took this trade back to the EMA. I mean, to take it back to the EMA, but he only took like 6 ticks or something. But for me, I just didn't have enough reasons to want to take that trade. We didn't fully make a measured move. So anyway, at that point, we got two perfect legs back, or just about. Let's see. Another almost two legs back. And so this also coincided with going back into right here into, so this is the two legs back into all the EMAs again that act as support then, like they do most, I mean, more often than not. I mean, that's what we're doing, right? We're trading with an edge, and more often than not, you're going to get a reaction when it does that. And as long as you've got room back to your local 2K EMA, you can take the trade. Now, obviously, this bar is insane. I didn't take it up here. I took the trade. It ticked down, and then I had a different bar earlier, but I got in like here, plenty of room. So that's that. Bars are as real as you want to imagine them. On a different time frame, this could just be a wick. Um, you know, if you combine two bars together, you can make one bar, and you can imagine it that way. So don't get too hung up on bars. And then yeah, then we got that two legs back again, higher up, and now we've got a new high. ATR is coming down. We were at like 5 earlier today when I took that first trade, and it was a little scary with one ES for me at least. I'm trading on Apex prop firms, um, and I've got that account up to 51K, 51,000, which is basically I've profited $1,000 so far, and I need to get to a profit of 2,600 to pin my stop and start being able to take payouts. So that's where I'm at with that. Been trading for about, I would say I've been trading this style for about a year. Maybe for 6 months prior to that, I was flopping around trying to figure things out. And ultimately, all that time, really, I would say the only thing you really learn if you're switching styles all the time is like how to use the software and maybe some things about your own mental fortitude. But yeah, now that I got the price action through Mac and Thomas Wade, and I it seems like price action is real and has an edge, and you just kind of got to find a way to do it that fits your sort of risk profile and how you like to operate. But yeah, I would say I was a losing trader for about a year and no, yeah, I don't know, 9 months. And then I became a lose a little bit less trader. And then I became maybe break even like a month ago. And now, like I said, I'm actually in profit. And that's been a big part of the journey too, is just it's just screen time, looking at this, figuring out what works, what doesn't, blowing up accounts, realizing you can't do that, going back to the drawing board, and um, I feel like now I'm in a pretty good spot where I've had days where I've like blown an entire like $2,500 account, right? And it doesn't make sense that you could do that if you're only trading like a max loss of like 200 bucks, but I got into this phase where I thought if a trade went against me, I could average in at a better price, move my stop down, And no matter what, as long as it got back to the EMA, I'd get out break even or start making profit. And when that works, it's like, oh yeah, I'll just never lose a trade again. I can always fix every trade. And that got me screwed up because then eventually one just never gets back to the EMA and you're just counter trend buying back in, and it just wipes you out. That huge loss will just wipe out like a whole week of wins. So I was doing that for a while, and yeah, now I put some rules into place where I don't do that anymore. If I take two losses, I'm done for the day. Um, yeah, so just at this point, it does feel like I've gotten past some of those thresholds where before I could have definitely done some stupid things. I feel like now it would be like against my fabric to do something stupid like that. So I think that is a level that, you have to kind of take your lumps to get to. And yeah, I know I've still got a few levels to go before I'm profitable, but yeah, I'm getting there. And there's always going to be I'm sure there's going to be some spots where you get overconfident, you start, oh, I'm profitable now, and then you lose sight of some things, take too many trades, just think, your ego takes over, all that stuff. This is a lower high after we, like I said, kind of have two legs up. It's just tough that we got two legs back. I don't know. I don't love it, but it would have, if it goes a little bit farther, it would have been good enough for a scalp. But with lower highs, um, they have not been. For a minute, I was kind of addicted to lower highs. Like, oh, it's a lower high, take it. A lower high in and of itself is not a setup. It's a factor. It works like anything else. It probably works as often as it doesn't work. So there has to be a confluence of circumstances that um, put you in a position to take the trade. So I don't know. Maybe if we look back at this, we could go, oh man, I should have taken that lower high. Um, you know, if you're looking at the larger picture, what do these legs look like on the 5 minute? Like you have overshoot of two legs. It's just weird that you get a perfect two legs back. So, um, but yeah, once we get this big push to the high, that's probably a that's probably a trade we should have thought about right there, if we're being honest. The only I don't even know what this big wide channel is. Like I don't know that this is helping me right now. But that would have been a decent trade. Although, I don't know. This is like this is also two legs if we're just getting really leggy. Yeah, that's overshoot of two legs, lower high. That's probably a trade you should take. Mhm, mhm. How do I get my chat back? Top OBS menu. Aha. Fine, end the chat. I am the chat. Dun, dun, dun. Christ. Oh shit. I gotta cut this short. Sorry. Fuck me.